Hi Gemini, and welcome for your June readings with me, Lorien, and shall I also say happy birthday. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes through for you all in June. For those of you born in May, I'm so sorry this wasn't up sooner for me to wish you all happy birthday either, but my laptop, every time for the last few weeks that I've sat down to try and do it, it just would not save the videos, it wouldn't record the videos. I've had so much trouble, so it's just been a matter of being patient and waiting for it to sort itself out. Hopefully today it's finally settled down so I can actually bring this reading to you. Also would like to say off the bat that there is a special birthday reading especially for you Sun in Geminis, so just go to my website and see if you would like to get one of those, and if you just want a general reading, not a special birthday reading, well, sorry, did I say personal reading, because these are general readings. I do audio, video, Skype, spirit guide ones, and also email readings. So take a look at the link below in case you want any of that. So this month we have the guidance, what is it called? Gilded Tarot, that I've used since, I don't even want to remember the year because that will just make me cry, but I've had that one for quite a while. And then I've got this Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, which is very, it's normally I do this for the weekly one, but it wanted to come out for the monthly, so we'll see what goes on there for you. Just to give you a little background as to, you know, what this whole setup is about. It's the summer solstice. I'm using my hippie trousers at the moment. I don't know whether I'll keep them, I'm not too sure, but it's just to give a little bit of colour from it. I got them at the hippie market in Ibiza and they're really, really nice and comfy, and I just thought it had the nice orange energy. So, for your astrology in June, I don't feel that your love life is still what it should be for some of you. There's more improvement coming through though. Moo. Let me have a look. I've written a load of notes down. Oh, right, yes. Jupiter is going to spend the month very near your north node of the moon. So you may be forcing yourself into some love situations or forcing yourself out of them. Maybe date more than you need to or socialise more than you need to. I think this is short-term results and not long-term happiness, which you may have actually been doing for quite some time. But with the love life aside, it seems basically a happy and prosperous month. I think it's almost like law of attraction at work here, because the stress in one area opens doors in other areas, and I think that you are going to be taking more pride in your personal appearance because Venus seems to be coming in quite strongly here for you as well. And on the 13th, Mercury crosses your ascendant and enters your first house. So your lower half of your horoscope, which is all to do with the inner workings, really becomes very strong. It's strongest than it's been all year. So it's really good for you Geminis, and I hope that these cards display a little bit more of that for you all. Now, as I say, this is for general reading energies and guidance for Sun, Moon and Rising, that's the one, in Gemini. I do have my Moon in Gemini, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes through. And my friend actually had a birthday recently, hers was late May, so we'll see what's coming up for her as well. And my dad is Gemini, just in case anybody is interested. I do have a lot of Gemini friends. My friend that I went to New Zealand with is Gemini, and yeah, lots of Gemini energy around. Oh, okay, I think we're done. Very nice indeed. Very nice again. Oh, there we go. Interesting. And at the bottom, I just had a quick glance. We've got the Ace of Wands here, which is really good. Really, really good. Okay, so let's see what Nature's Whispers cards has to say for you. This one. Lovely. Okay. I think it's going to be a month of two halves for you. Because you've got the High Priestess, Knight of Cups, King of Swords, and the Hierophant. And then you've got Gratitude and Appreciation in the middle. Whenever, I'm terrible, I don't have my moon diary, but whenever the full moon is this month, you can expect it to have a very big impact on your emotions, because we've got it right in the centre here. I feel for some of you, some of you may need to kind of believe a little bit more in other people. Some of you may have to get back to being the childlike energy that you were, and some of you may be kind of accepting who you are. So it could be you accept your sexuality, or you accept the fact that you aren't very good at one thing but you're exceptional at another, or just accepting the fact that you are, you know, good at this or bad at that, or, you know, that you have people in your life that really care about you, whereas before you didn't want to really recognise that. Or you could accept the fact that, for those of you, and for some reason I don't know why this is coming up, but bear with me, you could accept that what you're doing in a relationship is wrong. You could accept that just something here screams acceptance of one aspect of your life, both positive and negative, but I think it's going to turn into a positive, because even if you accept or realise that something in the relationship that you're doing is wrong, you can change that and make it into a positive. I'm not saying all of you are doing something wrong, you know, I'd have to have a personal reading for that, but it's just something around that. And I think, yeah, maybe they accept that you have been single for a while, for those of you, and you know, you're happy about that. I mean, I think there are ways and reasons to be happy, but there's a gratitude and appreciation coming through, and I think if you accept an area of that, you will have gratitude and appreciation of yourself. So just kind of accept your flaws, accept your positives, accept the fact that, you know, if your sexuality is changing, or the fact that you're attracted to somebody or something like that. If you accept it, then you can be very grateful that you've had this revelation, and now you can move on and appreciate the rewards that come from that and the changes that come from that. So I feel that's quite a big card for this month for you, Geminis. We have the High Priestess, which to me often, you know, resembles the Piscean energy. I know it doesn't to everybody, and I'm not even sure that that's the card for Pisces. But as far as I know, I think this is a build-up. Looking at all the cards, I think this is a build-up to something a lot better. I think you're learning this month to do something spiritually. You may not realise it. You may not go into this going, right, I'm going to study runes, or I'm going to study astrology. You may not do it like that, but I think you are going to have a spiritual experience this month. I do feel it's because you are approaching your solar return, and you've got the solstice and all this kind of stuff that culminates on the last day of Gemini, you know, so I feel like this is kind of calling you to get in touch with your intuition, and maybe for those men out there, your feminine side, because there's something doing development here, and I do feel that it needs to be nurtured. I mean, we've got a lot of action here when it comes to emotion, so maybe it's about getting in touch with your emotions and then kicking into gear, you know, what needs to be done. You could maybe realise that you need to say something to somebody. It could be an apology, it could be that you love them, it could just be that you haven't spoken to a friend in about 10 years and you want to encourage yourself to get back and actually talk to them again. Either way, it seems like this is going to be an incredibly positive week, if not an incredibly positive month, because it seems like there's a lot of development here for you. This is what I feel needs to go hand in hand, to be honest. Either this is you and you are going to kind of evolve into some kind of spiritual person and accept that, or you're going to make amends with a father type figure, a male friend who has been a little bit off lately, or you've not heard from in a while, or a workmate. And I'm definitely getting the fact that this is a man, so there's not a masculine woman in this, but I feel it's a father figure a brother maybe, but somebody male who may have had differences with, and you heal that and you kind of do that. I mean, he's got the sun over him there. He's in the third week position, which is all to do with the solstice in the third week of June. He's also the King of Swords, which can be interpreted as Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And he's got Saturn in the background, which means discipline. So it could have been the fact that you felt like you were being put upon by this person, or it was kind of like an ex who, or just somebody in the past that you didn't get on with at all. But now you move past that, you kind of put that to rest. In fact, get rid of it on the floor. Go. Because that will enable you to become more learned, more spiritual, release that energy and move on. So I honestly see that as something incredibly positive for you, and something that you can really work with in June to get the best out of it in May. Not in May, I'm going backwards, in July. And that's all my guides seem to want to tell me at the moment. That's all I'm picking up. Whether that's right or wrong or relevant to you will remain a question that I'd love answered. Definitely get the feeling that there's something being healed here, an emotional month and very positive. So maybe you can look into some healing techniques that may be of use to you. But most of all, I would love to know what happens for you in June, dear Gemini. And for those of you who have subscribed, for those of you who have donated, support me on Patreon, all that, I really do appreciate you all. And if you do want a reading, please do book now with me, because I'm getting pretty busy with it being summer and people want to know what the solstice is bringing and things. So please do. It's remaining at 4 working days for a response. So have a look and see what you want from that. But yeah, really, really good reading for you. Really looking forward to seeing what happens for you in July. And as always, take care of yourself.